Oh no.
Okay, guys, welcome back. We're watching Crash Tag Team Racing and Crash of the Titans today. Let's go. This game's music is...
Imagine what it would be like if you were to take an awesome racing game and combine it with an awesome platformer. You would have a pretty awesome game.
Awesome.
Unfortunately for us, we're not playing an awesome
Love the
game.
word awesome.
No, we're playing this piece of shit.
Wow. I don't think Tag Team Racing's that bad.
I think it's just, like, really mediocre.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
really
what I
like the
think.
racing shit. It's the platforming extra shit that's really boring.
I don't know, the racing, this is just based on my memory, because I have not played this game. Like, I think I played this game one time after I, like, reviewed it, and that's literally it. But I just remember, based on my memory, I feel like it was just very boring. Like, it was just not very interesting, and the clashing mechanic was kind of broken. Like, it was just kind of dumb.
Oh yeah, it was really OP.
Yeah. And the game was just very unbalanced. Like, you just pick Nina, or Engine, or a character with a good projectile, and then it was like, yup, oops all challenge,
There was
you know?
So much OP-ness in that game, you know?
So much OP-ness, yeah, there's a lot of...
The measurement of being OP, OP-ness. Yeah. Very, like, a lot of OP-ness.
Crash Tag Team Racing was the first of 3 Crash games to be developed by Radical Entertainment, and boy does it show! Crash Twinsanity was a step in the right direction. After the mediocre games of the early PS2, Twinsanity showed that Crash wasn't dead. This game, though, feels like the biggest step backwards. From what I can gather, this game's story takes place after Crash Twinsanity's. We see a man named Ebenezer von Clutch.
Yeah, here comes the,
Who the fuck is this green cunt?
Yeah, that line is missing. I just call him a man. But can you even call him that? Like, I think the way to best classify it would probably be like this. Like that, you know? I can't think of... I'm so stupid. I was laughing before I did that. Would have been funny if I didn't giggle like a little retard. I thought it was too funny. Farts are funny, excuse me. And they're also very attractive, very sexual, very erotic. Let's get this shit over with.
Clutch, owner of an amusement park called Von Clutch's Motor World. He is joined by one of his friends.
Fucking look at him!
Yeah, he's a green cunt.
What the fuck is he? Okay, if someone in the comments can accurately tell me what this green cunt is, I will PayPal you $1 Australian if you can accurately tell me what this fucking amalgamation is.
Well, because, you know, you might be inclined to say he's a cyborg, but he's not a cyborg, because a cyborg is half human, half robot. You know, that's the idea. He's not a human. He's a green cunt, you know?
He's a green
cunt. I'll take my Australian dollar right now, because I could tell you what he is. He's a green cunt, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
You remember iDubbbz when he's in that fucking little, you know, leotard, when there's the whole I'm gay meme, you know?
Oh, yeah.
He's a green cunt. He's this, you know? He's a green cunt. Yeah.
I remember when, it's really funny, actually, because there is one cutscene in the game where, you know, Cortex and everyone's in that, like, little ship that they're fucking flying or something. And in one of the endings, Crash throws a chicken into it, and, you know, it gets all fucked up. But in another one of the endings, Von Clutch jumps down from a table and screams, "I'm gay" at the top of his lungs. That was a really strange ending.
Gay man, yes! He just, like, because he's got a weird German accent, too. Like, what's the joke? I don't get it. And this is gonna be sad because I just gloss over this, you know? It's like, no, that's like, there's plenty of content that should be addressed there, you know? It's
what the fuck is he?
What is this full green cunt? That's all this is devolved into. There's no actual dissecting of the review. We're just amazed that this is a green cunt. By the way, this has been freaking me out, how, like, literally every single video has had, like, 10 dislikes and, like, almost 60 likes. It's like, that's kind of scary. Let me keep going.
Opossum and the park's mascot, Willy Wampa-Cheeks.
Wampa.
Von Clutch is part cyborg and has an energy...
Part cyborg. Yeah, I called him part cyborg, and that doesn't make sense. It's impossible for some, you know... I don't think it really makes sense anyway. It's part cyborg, that means, you know... A cyborg means you're part robot, you know?
Yeah.
So part cyborg is like part robot, like that doesn't really make sense. You know?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you're part Mexican. It's like, no, that doesn't really make sense. You know, you're Mexican. Or you're not. Because, you know, Mexican, that's not an ethnicity. It's a combination of several. So, yeah. Anyway.
Source called the Black Power Gem. Von Clutch's Black Power Gem has been stolen, and he's running out of time. If his Power Gem isn't found soon, he will die. Von Clutch holds a competition.
It's a murder mystery.
Whoever can find his Black Power Gem will win the deed to the park. Oh, and there's something about racing in there, too. Tag Team Racing is part platformer and part kart racer.
I like that image.
Picture.
Something
I don't know
about
what this image of this dog is.
Tag Team Racing is part platformer
I don't know what that
dog
is.
with a plastic bag in its mouth. It looks very scared.
and part kart.
Crash and Activision cards.
Crash and Activision. This is probably some fucking, what is it, at Jake1998. This is probably some like weird bootleg image I saw on Twitter and I thought it was funny, so I just put it in here. Yeah. That's good.
Kart racer. Now, in theory, this idea sounds pretty interesting, but really, you can make anything interesting, as long as it's executed properly. The real question is...
Can you make scat porn interesting?
Fuck, yeah. I'm the scat man. Yeah, and then he starts getting shit, and then he gets shit thrown in his face.
Yummy, yummy, yummy,
and then
yummy.
he fucking dies.
No, God!
Oh, dude, fuck, that was very funny.
That was fucking XD. Yeah, this is weird because this came way after the Crash 1 review, which was like the only time where it was pretty wholesome and pretty funny when it was over 9,000, but here it's like...
The question is, was this executed properly? No, God! This game starts out with a lengthy tutorial, but it can be skipped. Although I do need to ask...
Oh, yes!
Never mind. Crash is...
Can I just say, the fucking sound effects in this game are cute as fuck for the menus, the little... Like the fucking racing sound and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute.
I do like that. Yeah, hold on.
I do need to ask...
Like it does a little when you pulls it. Yeah, that's so fucking cute.
That's good. Crash's controls in this game feel bizarre and awkward. Landing jumps can be annoying, but it also feels like there's a slight delay in my jumps. When I run towards the edge of a platform and prepare to do a double jump, my jump doesn't activate in time and I end up falling off.
Why do they
use
the same?
This has happened too many times to count.
What?
Why do they use the same, like, what they do in that shit?
Because it was from, like, some weird little bank of, like, sound effects that Copeland just stole. I have no idea.
Well, Copeland is the master of my dick, so let's continue.
Yeah, that's not really relevant to this. We'll get to that when we get to Spyro 2.
Not to mention, you'll be spending a lot of time on foot in this game. Your goal in this game is to collect crystals. You can earn crystals by buying them from park workers. How do you pay for them? By collecting Wampa tokens. Wampa token...
What the fuck? What the fuck? I literally said Wampa cheeks earlier in the video, and I say Wampa tokens right here. You're a piece of shit.
Oh, wow.
Fucking... Yeah, fuck you. There's no consistency in my STIMPYLAND video. This is bullshit.
Are found all over the ground. However, you can also collect crystals and Wampa tokens by competing in races. More on those later. After you collect...
This is kind of bothering me because we're kind of slipping into like CTR territory of like...
Yeah.
By the way, because I remember sometime a while ago someone asked me a question where they said, what are the... what in your opinion are, is like the worst review or something that you made or the best one? I don't remember which one. Yeah, something like that. Either way, people were wondering, like my opinions on the reviews, I guess, and looking back, the worst one I made was... So far, based on what I've seen, from memory, it was the Wrath of Cortex one, and I would say that that's pretty, like, the 47-minute one, because that one's pretty, in my opinion, that's the worst one. Like, that's the worst video I've made. It's the worst thing I've made, period. And I've come many times. And when you think about how many times I've come, and how many, like, dead children that is, some of those children probably would have grown up to be like Hitler, But, like, possibly. I think probably, like, out of all the children that you've had, you don't think some of them would have grown up to be, like, fucking psychopaths, Because there's, like, literally millions and millions and millions of sperm, like, whenever you come,
I know, yeah.
So it's like, I've probably made, I've probably, you're so gay.
I said that, like, so nonchalantly. You're like... how much sperm is when you come? And I was like, I've tasted them all.
Fuck off. No, so, like, I've come literally so many times. I've made so many children and killed them, shortly after, Mm-hmm. I still think Wrath of Cortex is just that review is the worst thing I've made, period, Yeah. Like, if one of my kids grew up to be Hitler, I'd be like, good on you, son. And then he made a video like that, and I'd be like, you're a piece of shit, That's like point of no return. But, but otherwise, long tangent aside, out of the videos that we've watched so far, I think the worst one I made is easily the Nitro Kart one. That one is by far the worst, because half of it is just me explaining the mechanics in the game.
Nitro Kart or CTR?
Nitro Kart.
Okay.
Although the CTR one was bad too. But the Nitro Kart one, because most of when I'm not just explaining the game, I have criticisms that make absolutely no fucking sense, like how the game looking good wasn't. I don't show footage. The game looking good is a bad thing. That is like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that.
This game looks really good, but
I can't focus on the fucking... It's too fast. I'm in the middle of a race. It's like, I literally have no idea what the fuck I was getting at.
Yeah.
And, what else was it? I wanted to say something else. And another thing that I do is, in addition to just explaining shit in the game, the criticisms don't make any sense, and I'm not informed about what I'm talking about, you know? At one point I say, you know, if your opponent, you know, if your teammate passes you still lose, you know, if I'm trying to be all informative and shit, I probably should have brought up, you know, that depends on the version of the game that you have, you know?
Yeah. And
those kinds of version differences and stuff, I find that a little more interesting than just bad retellings of the stories, you know? I don't know, that one is like the worst one. But the CTR one was really bad too, only because I literally just explained the game, and I didn't say anything about it. Like, I said, I had next to nothing to actually say, it's just, this game exists. That's like the whole review.
Yeah.
It's like, CTR exists, go play it. Like, I could have just said that and saved us, like, however many minutes that review was. However long it took us to watch it, because we kept pausing. But yeah.
The set number of crystals, you open a jump pad, which can be used to access the gem. By collecting gems, you can unlock new parks to go to. There are 5 parks in total. There's
Oh my god, I got it. Just like, please.
Mystery Island, Happily Ever Faster, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Toontown, and Astroland. While collecting Wampa tokens on the ground definitely works, and you can get plenty of crystals by buying them, the ideal way to get them is by competing in races, which are also the only fun thing to do in this game. In the races, you have 8 characters to choose from. You have Crash, Cortex, Pasadena, Von Clutch, Coco, Nina, Engine, and Crunch. Each of the characters differ in that they each have different weapons when clashed. Yes, this game has a unique mechanic called clashing. By pressing the triangle button when near an opponent, your carts will combine. One player will take the driver's seat and the other will man the vehicle's weapon. You can switch whenever you want between driver and gunner, and when playing as gunner, you can switch between your own weapon and your teammate's weapon. It's a very unique mechanic that adds a form of variety. Who you clash with is important. Who you play as is important. However, the weapons of this game don't feel particularly balanced. Some weapons are marginally better than others. Some, like Nina's shotgun or Engine's missile
really
launcher,
boring.
are over...
Yeah, this is really boring.
I
don't have anything to say.
the fucking game. Yeah.
You know, like, the only thing I've said so far is it's not particularly balanced. Although I'm giving examples of that now, which, you know, like, that's like, it's okay to kind of explain shit when it's relevant to the analysis, but when you're literally just explaining the mechanics of the game for the sake of explaining them and nothing else, it's so fucking boring.
Game exists.
Like, game exists, yeah, it turns into that shit.
I really hope you bring up Coco having an orgasm in this game. Fuck.
I do bring up how the characters never shut the fuck up, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Overpowered as fuck. Meanwhile, characters like Cortex and Von Clutch's weapons are absolutely worthless. While it can be fun to go as a single rider, the best way to play is by being clashed. When clashed, you and your teammate can power through the race, quickly. This makes the races incredibly easy, even on the hardest difficulty. As long as you stick with Nina's shotgun, you can pretty much just say "Shut the fuck up" to anyone who tries to cross you.
Fucking
However,
XD.
despite the races being easy, I still enjoy them. It's fun to just go on power plays sometimes. However, I'm not sure that's what the developers intended. If that was the case, then they wouldn't make weapons fucking useless like Cortex's. When you complete races, you are awarded 2 crystals and a certain number of tokens, which depends on how many people you killed in the race. However, playing the races alone isn't enough to get by. You also need to play a number of challenges within the races too, which are incredibly boring. There's the Crashinator challenge, in which your goal is to crash into as many obstacles as possible.
See, like, some of the challenges are boring. Such as, and then I could list, like, oh, this one's boring because this. And no, instead I'm just explaining the shit.
Exactly what,
I'm sorry, like, we're not, like, pausing and talking about this so much. It's probably a good thing, in all honesty, because it just wastes time. But, you know, really don't have anything to say. I'm just explaining shit in the game, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I know I make, like, a few funny jokes here and there, and that's literally it. Like, I like that... I don't know what that's from. I said, shut the fuck up, because I know that's from, the clip is, shut the fuck up, fat man, that ain't none of your goddamn business. But I don't remember what that's from. Is that from a Tarantino movie? I have no idea.
It might be Pulp Fiction.
Pop Fiction? Yeah.
Pulp. I said pulp. Fuck you.
Bulp Fiction? Gulp Fiction. Yeah. From Spyro 2.
Yeah.
Or fucking... Gulp. I know I use, like, a really shit Limp Bizkit song in here at one point, but I do it, like, on purpose. Like, I don't think, like, I wasn't like, man, this song is cool. I, like, you know, I've never liked Limp
Yeah.
Bizkit, I promise.
Possible. There's the run and gun challenges, in which you have to shoot flying targets. Rolling Thunder involves you racing as the character of your choice with unlimited ammo, trying to gun down as many cars as possible. The challenges, especially the
They
Rolling
have
Thunder
unlimited
ones,
ammo
are all
anyway?
Yeah.
incredibly easy and don't require an ounce of skill. The only
Wait, what was that?
They're not challenging and they don't require an ounce of skill, apparently. Which
Well,
they don't.
what'd you say before? I didn't hear what you said before.
I said the weapons have infinite ammo anyway, don't they?
No.
Oh, they don't? I
No.
thought they did.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in this challenge, they do.
challenge that's
Yeah.
remotely difficult are the fast lap challenges, in which you have to race as fast as you can against the clock. Then we have the battle arenas, which involve you gunning down
Coco,
other
yeah.
Clash carts. Yeah, because there wasn't enough of that already. And there are also stunt arenas. Okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong here, but I find the stunt arenas to be incredibly boring. In stunt arenas, you can perform tricks for points. You can perform tricks by rotating the left and right analog sticks. I swear I'm doing something wrong because I can't do a single trick that isn't rolling around in some odd pattern. See, with stunts in a lot of games, every single button does a different move.
Look at the fucking
Here,
bottom screen.
All you do is roll.
This part. The fucking...
I've tried mashing buttons to see if I missed something, but I couldn't pull off a single trick outside of rolling in circles. However, the races are awesome. The power craze feeling of them makes them exciting
They're
already, but there are a
racists.
number of mechanics that make
Racist.
it even more fun. You can pick
Yeah, that's
up
what you
items
say,
to throw at your
yeah.
opponents, which, if you are the
However,
gunner,
the racists are awesome.
The racists are pretty awesome.
can be intercepted.
Yeah.
There's also a boost meter. You can fill your boost meter by eliminating other players and drifting. When the meter is full, you are awarded with a powerful boost once you hit the circle button. Of course, with
The
how
circle
fun the
button,
races
yes.
are, you'd expect me to call this a good game. But the races are overwhelmed by the terrible platforming levels. In order to unlock characters and cars to race in, you need to complete missions in the overworlds. These usually involve finding a collectible hidden somewhere on the map.
I like
or
the music I'm
retrieving a
using,
certain
though.
number of coins or crystals.
Yeah.
Good music choices throughout these videos, generally. That's what I found. Like, it's like the one thing I can
What's-
kind of stand by
there's-
is, you know,
They're from good
good games, yeah.
games, soundtracks.
There are 3 tiers
Good
of
fucking
cars you
epic
can
games.
Epic games, bro.
unlock for each character. After you gain all the
Again, I didn't need to know that there are 3 tiers of cards for each character. Like, I get that, you know. All you say is, you know, all the characters have different cars. You know, like, there's different levels of customization or something. I don't know exactly how to describe it, you know. You can get different cards for each character. There are 3 tiers, and you unlock them by doing the missions. It's just, like, this very kind of, you know, like, just really weird, oddly meticulous just explanation of the game's mechanics is fucking exhausting. Like, it's because of that I don't really have a lot to say, you know? Like, when we get to, like, the Spyro shit, where I'm just being spurgy and saying shit that doesn't make any sense, like, I'll have plenty to say there. But, like, this is just boring. Like, I really am just bored to tears right now.
cars, you can upgrade their weapons. Honestly, don't bother with the weapon upgrades. The only weapons worth upgrading are Nina's and engines, and their vanilla weapons are good enough to get by anyway. This game doesn't offer any real
What about the
sort of
chocolate weapons?
engaging replay value. True, this game does have many missions to do
I
after you're
prefer
done
the
with the initial
strawberry weapons.
What are they selling? Chocolate! Sorry, let's
story, but it doesn't serve as replay value. Keep in mind, replay is half of the term. The other half is value. That's why gems count as replay value and relics don't. To be fair, not all games need something to do after the story mode. Replay value is important in games like CTR, because CTR's story mode is particularly short. However, it had much more to keep players entertained after they were done with the story. But it may be a different case with a game like
Fuck
Crash of the
shit.
Titans, because the story mode is considerably long. This is not the case with Tag Team Racing. The story mode of this game is very short, and you can probably complete it in 3 hours or less. The only remotely fun thing to do outside of the single player is its multiplayer. The multiplayer of this game is awesome. It's fun to
Awesome. What is my
Awesome.
what is my obsession with this fucking term awesome? Oh man, it's so awesome. It's so awesome, bro. And yeah, the multiplayer is it awesome? I don't know about that, but it's pretty fun. Like I will say the
Crash
multiplayer.
Mike is pretty cool.
What?
I said Crash Mike is pretty cool.
Crash Mike.
I don't know what the
Neo
fuck that
Cortex
means,
John. Yeah. No, because you enter your name before you start this, I'm pretty sure. And I was playing this is when I was playing with John. I played this game with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crash Mike.
compete against your friend, but also team up with them and go through the entire race clashed. While this game does have some good gameplay, specifically in the multiplayer modes, it lacks in presentation. And I mean really lacks. In fact, in this aspect, it could rival Wrath of Cortex. Yeah, I know, that's a strong insult, but really, just look at this game. The graphics are atrocious.
Wow, it
Look
doesn't
at
look that bad.
I think it looks pretty bad.
It definitely looks really bad, but I don't think it looks as bad as Wrath of Cortex.
Wrath of
Wrath of
Cortex,
Cortex models
no, yeah,
are
that
fucking
game,
balloon
that
animals.
game does look really bad, but my defense of that is Wrath of Cortex was very early PS2.
Yeah.
Like, that technology was new. This is late PS2. This is like PS3 is on the way. Like, it's right around the corner. And this
Ratchet
game
and Clank came out before Wrath, and that... Wait, did it come out?
No,
before
it
Wrath?
didn't.
I think
No.
No, it didn't. Came out around this, like not too long after.
A little while after. I'm pretty sure it was like a year or two after. I could be wrong.
Point is, Ratchet and Clank looks really, really good, and Wrath of Cortex is blue and ovals.
Yeah, but this game looks like... I don't see any reason for games to be looking like this. I don't know if it's even the graphics, really. I mean, like, the models are ugly.
The models... I think the models are the worst thing.
The models are, like, ugly, but I think it's kind of just, like... Something about this game just looks grimy. It just looks gross, you know what I mean?
Like, Crash looks really washed out, like the color orange.
And he's got, like, these weird little fucking pecs or something. And look at his little spindly, muscly arms. It's fucking gross.
Yeah,
look at him, you know?
That's weird.
Crash's model. He doesn't even have individual fingers. This game also uses some really shitty-looking particle effects.
Fingers.
And there's also the ninja penguins.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, the goddamn
I love me some N-word penguins.
Then
did they say the N-word just like the penguins of Madagascar?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking hell yeah, those penguins.
Rushed, but honestly,
stop making me want to say it. Like, I really want to say it right now. Like, you're being a piece of shit. Stop it.
Honestly, it looks like it's more...
You're making me really want to say the N-word right now. Like, I really want to. Because I think it's funny.
Why?
Because you keep saying the N-word penguins, and it's like, stop it.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say it.
I want to be included in this joke, though, you know? It's all about inclusivity. I'm trying to be, you know, your friend. I think it's funny, you know?
N-word. Or you can say, like, nibber or something.
Nibbers. Yeah, there you go.
Also, I want you to keep something in mind. This game came out in 2005? 2005? Are you kidding me?
What?
Yeah, this game does look really bad for 2005, but, like, I don't give a shit. Like, who cares?
2005?
I don't care.
Hey, okay,
what would you like
in
in
perspective?
GTA?
Half-Life 2, 2004. Ratchet and Clank 3, 2004. Crash Tag Team Racing, 2005. Now, if that isn't fucking top quality...
Yeah, this game looks...
fucking cutscene.
This game is gross.
Then I don't know what is.
No, it's top quality.
Thank you, Patrick. Another flaw with this game are its characters. I don't want to delve too far into the characters, as I plan on doing that more in my Titans review. The characters of this game are not very likable. This would be the start of the big redesign that got all the 12-year-old boys' panties in a twist. Lex Lang is pretty good
Panties? That's fucking hot.
Oh.
12-year-old boys' panties. I'm interested.
in this game, but everyone else is just annoying. Crash now speaks in some sort of blabbering, and good fucking god is he annoying. What the hell was Radical thinking? He's not endearing.
Oh god. Here's you know, the first instance of the, like, real spurging. It's gonna get bad later, but...
Nina's taking a shit in the bottom right of this.
Crash! We're so stupid. This is that shit where it's like, I'm so disgusted and not interested with this shitty ass review because it's fucking garbage. We're just looking at shit in the game and just pointing and laughing at it. The N on your head stands for you know what.
He's not cute, he's not funny, he's obnoxious and idiotic. The characters' personalities have also been altered so that Radical...
Oh, this is the first game where Engine's hair went fucking black for no reason.
He's a blue hair.
Yeah. Is it blue or is it black? It's like
It's
black, isn't it?
But he's a blue hair, you know? He's a liberal.
Yeah.
Fucker.
But why? His skin even went dark. Like, when the fuck... When was he a fucking zombie?
I don't care.
North and turned awfully gray.
Hold on, can I say a funny thing?
Design, like in Titans, so he doesn't look as different as much as he does.
A callback?
The fuck are you saying?
When I said in the fucking, what was it, the GBA? It's like, Crunch is really weird.
Oh my god! I'm just fucking exhausted by this video. It's so boring.
Yeah. Hopefully Titans will be better, because you actually like that game. Hopefully you won't just fucking say that it exists.
Oh, I fucking hate that I did that in that CTR review. It's so shit. It's so... That's like the worst video. Aside from the CNK. The CNK one is actually just great for, like, how terrible it is. That video is so bad. It's like, the game looks good! What the fuck? I get really mad at the game looking good. It's like...
The game looks really good, but I can't pay attention to it when I'm in the middle of a race!
What the fuck is that criticism? Like, that review is terrible. That is, like, if anyone's inspired by these videos, like, look, do me a favor and fucking ignore that video. Like, stay away from that one, because it's terrible. That's how you don't review a game. That video is really bad. And the Wrath one is the worst. Like, the one coming up. That is bad. But we'll get to that when we get to that. I'm really not looking forward to that one. That's the thing, you play a game, and, like, Spyro 3, when that game is good, I really enjoy it, but there's some content in that game that I just dread. Like,
okay, we can talk
I
about
really don't know, but I'm just saying, listen, I really don't, like, I'm just dreading having to play the Agent 9 stuff. That's how I felt going into this series of videos, Like, I'm really just dreading the Wrath of Cortex review, That's just, like, that terrible content I'm gonna have to get through, Like, I enjoy the rest of this, it's funny, but that's just fucking miserable. Like, I can't stand, like, that video is so garbage.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. What were you gonna say?
Well, no, I was just going to tell you to shut up and we'll talk about it in the Spyro reviews.
Well, you're retarded because you didn't let me finish, dummy.
Go on!
Yeah, fucker.
Land. Crunch has also been turned into a bad Mr. T parody. See, this could be funny, but
really
instead they just make him say, "Crash, help a brother out!" 20 times in a row and expect all the kids to laugh.
Crash, help a brother out.
Fixing most of the problems that this game's characters had, but we're not reviewing Titans right now, we're reviewing Crash Tag Team Racing, and these characters are incredibly annoying. The new characters aren't very memorable either. People constantly bash on Rillaroo because he was a one-trick pony.
What the
but
fuck
you know what?
That was gross.
Yeah, that was pretty gross, but that's something I would still do. Like, I would still put that weird, gross shit in my videos, yeah.
It wasn't fucking annoying as shit like Pasadena or Von Clutch. I wouldn't spend so much time complaining about the characters of this game if it weren't for the fact that the slightest push of the analog stick will trigger the stupidest fucking one-liner I've ever heard in my entire goddamn life.
You make engine laugh.
Yeah, characters in this game don't shut the fuck up. That's something I will say. It's like, thankfully you can just turn off the speech volume and it's not an issue. But, yeah.
There's a jump pad.
Reset your card so I can do that again. Oh, such a tragedy. Shut up!
Kindergarten Cop!
Movieclips.com.
Shut up!
Kindergarten Cop? Why the fuck? I don't remember putting that there.
This game is...
I don't remember that. That's pretty good. I like being surprised by, like, that really dumb shit,
Yeah.
Because, like, sometimes I put shit in that's just, like, really actually stupid, and it's just funny, Like, that's the stuff I'd still do in my videos, Like, now. Like, if I were to make this video now, I would still probably do something like that with fucking Kindergarten Cop,
Would you still have movieclips.com in the bottom left corner of the clip?
I'd probably have it zoomed in and, like, the contrast is way up and it's, like, really fucking loud, but yeah.
Is okay, I guess. It's got some incredibly badass songs, but also some incredibly shitty ones. The soundtrack has been co-composed by Spyromouth and Mark Barrel. Spyromouth is the group that did Crash Insanity's music, and I've already explained why Spyromouth annoys me. The other composer is Mark Barrel, who would later compose the entire soundtrack for Crash of the Titans and Crash Mind Over Mutant. And I really like this guy's work on Mind Over Mutants. Pretty much everything he does in this game sounds nice. It's Spyromouth that's annoying. Some songs are incredibly annoying, like Dead Heat. At the same time, this game has one of the best songs I've ever heard in a Crash game, which I'm gonna play over the ending because it's just so fucking awesome. Crash Tag Team...
That was a clip from an older review, interesting. I did that a few times. Yeah. I don't know why, like, yeah.
It's so hecking epic.
It's just so hecking nice.
Has some fantastic racing. The single-player races are fun by themselves, but what's incredibly awesome is the multiplayer. However, while the racing is a lot of fun, it is overwhelmed by the boring platform segments, irritating soundtrack, annoying characters, ugly graphics, and lack of engaging replay value. I'm sorry, because I do know that a lot of people like this game, but honestly, it's really weak. Both as a standalone title and especially as a follow-up to Crash Twinsanity. Crash Tag Team Racing is a mediocre game.
Half-Life 2 sound effect. And yeah, look, no out of 7. Now out of 7 because I realized that, like, that was so bad,
You didn't even fucking talk about, like, one of the coolest parts of this game, which is the fucking dioramas and that shit.
Oh,
which is, like, really weird, but that shit was, like, really funny, especially when you're, like, a kid.
Well, I think that shit's just annoying, because, I'm no fun like that.
Yeah.
That's just weird. Yeah, what the fuck? I hate that shit. Like, I'm so fucking meticulous and annoying about just explaining shit in the game, but there's major chunks of the game that I just leave out. That's, like, kind of a big deal. That's kind of like a ton of content in the game is looking for the fucking dioramas and the fucking gags and other shit like that. That's kind of like a big deal, and I just left it out. Oh, it's so bad. I hate this shit. I really hate this shit. Fuck.
Because you missed the funny joke
I
where
know.
Crash gives apple to
Anyways,
man and
tune in
man
next time when
whose pants.
I missed the part where Crash fucking whips his cock out and everyone starts sucking on it. You know?
Yeah.
He's like,
The incest.
And
The incest,
incest
fucking
is
diorama
incest.
where
Yeah.
he starts fucking Coco, and then they both die. And they both get shot by the police because it's against the law.
They both get shot by the
Yeah.
police, yeah.
Yeah, because it's against the law.
Tackled a series reboot.
And by the police, I mean, you know, like Sting, Stuart Copeland. Alright,
Can you name the third one?
No.
Wow,
I
you're a
don't-
piece of
I can't
shit. Andy
remember.
Summers. Let's continue.
the way we looked at Crash Bandicoot as I review Crash of the Titans.
This song's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's the
Did I say it's one of the
Pirates Caribbean theme.
Yup. No, it's Tiki Turbo. I like that one though. That one's pretty good. One of the best songs I've heard in any Crash game. No, but edited with Sony Vegas is decent. You know. The fuck is the point of this? Like, what is this? Like, what?
Edited
Like,
with.
thank you for telling me. You know. I should have said edited with a pirated version of Sony Vegas.
Sogi.
Sogi Vegas. Sogi Venus.
Soggy penis. Why doesn't it just say edited with a soggy penis? That's what I would have wrote. What's happening? Is this a fart?
Yeah. I hate this fucking video. It's so garbage.
But dude, the ending song is Tiki Turbo. Did you know it was from Crash Tag Team Racing? I'm not sure people would have known that that's what this song was from.
Yeah.
If they said the video.
You fucking. I hate
We get a
it.
Let's Play clip. We get a Let's Play clip.
Someone put this shit in there. That's not supposed to be there.
Shut the fuck up, fat man. This ain't none of your goddamn business.
There it is. Okay. Anyway.
What the fuck is that from?
I don't know.
Shut the fuck up, that man. That's gotta be
Okay.
Pulp Fiction, right? Anyway, let's go.
This fucking intro really is garbage. Like, I hate this fucking stupid intro.
The 1 minute 30 pee minute.
Yeah.
Punis?
Possible
Anyways.
even that's provided. Reviews that enjoy. Enough. Long on Droned has this. Anyways.
Yeah, thanks for stealing my joke.
You're
Let's
welcome.
Now, as we all know, Crash Tag Team Racing was a huge
Epic fail?
success. Yeah, I don't think this game was very good. It had good racing, but it was overwhelmed by just stupid bullshit. We weren't very happy. that
Stupid
the company
bullshit.
developed-
I like that.
go. Okay.
That's the kind of stuff I like. Like, when it's just really stupid and blunt, you know, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
when I'm being all verbose and like, you know, the characters are summoned hereforth, henceforth to, hitherto, yes, you know, and I'm doing that, and then...
Yes! Yeah. Yeah, exactly. When you're,
Yeah, but when I'm doing that shit, and then I just cut in and be like, yeah, this is some stupid bullshit, it's like, I like that, you know? Because that's the kind of thing I would do, like, you know, like, now. Like, that's the thing, like, the stuff I would still do now, I kind of enjoy, you know? Like, I'd be like, oh, look at this gay shit, you know? I'd do something like that. Like, just...
yeah.
Rather than, like, you know, be like, oh, well, you know, the impressionism shows here and whatever. It's like, no, like, look at this cute shit. But yeah, it's just, I don't know why I find that funny. It's just the fact that, you know, you just say it in, like, this prissy, stuck-up way too. Stupid bullshit. Listen to that.
Success. Yeah, I don't think this game was very good. It had good racing, but it was overwhelmed by just stupid bullshit.
It's
Pretty
just, why didn't I just, that's just the whole review. It's like, yeah, there's some stupid bullshit. That's it.
Yeah, that
We
should
weren't
have been
very
the
happy
entire
that the company developing Tag Team had another game on their way, and this game triggered nothing short
Ugh.
of outrage among fans.
What?
What the fuck? That was... His model looks disgusting in whatever fucking advertisement this is.
Some ad, yeah, I don't remember.
See how fucking huge his head was?
It looks
Jesus
really bad.
Christ.
It looks bad, yeah. It looks much better, like, in the actual game.
Oh yeah, the
So
game
many
in-game
people
is...
hated this
Okay.
game, claiming that it ruined their childhood. Back then, I was pretty skeptical of this game after seeing its trailers. However, when Crash of the Titans
It
hit
farted on
stores
him.
in 2007, I got myself a copy. And my fan base might rage at me for saying this, but I like this game. A lot.
Epic rage.
Do you hear something?
Oh shit.
Oh god, it's a shitstorm! Run!
XD.
Nice. An epic shitstorm, bro.
Epic shitstorm. No, I stupid bullshit. Why didn't that should have just been the whole review? It's like, yeah, there's some
Yeah.
stupid bullshit. This game's bad. Don't play it. That's my review. Oh, my thoughts on tag team racing now, it's like, it's just kind of bland. It's kind of forgettable. It's like the racing's fun and like there's just too much like other shit, you know?
Yeah, stupid bullshit.
Stupid bullshit. That's it. There's too much stupid bullshit. It's stupid and it's bullshit. That's my analysis. There it is. Let's continue.
I really like the racing and CTTR, but all the platforming stuff is really fucking boring.
Have you played it?
Yeah.
Yeah. When was the last time you played it? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know, probably a couple of years ago.
Because I played it like quite a few years ago too.
But I don't have a TV, so PS2 can't.
Before I go any further, I need to.
Because I still own it.
I don't.
That's
weird.
I still have a copy.
I was actually trying to play it the other day because I thought I owned it, and apparently I just don't. And I just thought I did. I just don't. Like, I was looking through like the boxes because I keep like all my old PS2 games just in boxes because I don't play them that much anymore. You know. But like I was looking through the boxes and I couldn't find it, and I was like, "Fuck! I thought I owned it." You know, like I thought I owned Crash Insanity 2, but I don't own that one anymore. I don't know what the fuck happened. Like if I threw them out or something, I have no idea. Like I don't know if I sold them. Like I don't remember what happened to them. I actually don't. You know, normally I'm kind of weird and meticulous, and I remember where everything goes, but I just don't have it. Yeah.
In the room first. This game received some very negative fan reaction, and I mean very negative.
XD.
In fact, my reviews will get pissed off at me for saying this, but I like Titans. I find this game to be very overhated. Now, let's slow down and explain.
Overhated or overrated?
Let me say that I will try and be as unbiased as possible. I'm not going to spend my entire review talking about how people say that this game ruined their childhood, despite the fact that they're still children.
What the fuck?
Oh, yikes.
Oh, yikes! Hey, let's see. Let's check it out. Any new...
Oh, Gadgetron. Wow, okay.
Oh, okay.
This was the Ark.
Okay, yeah, so there it is. There it is. There's me making fun of... There's me making fun of him for no reason. Yeah, okay. Well, now I feel like a piece of shit. Let me check the, what channels have we got here? I don't... Let me see.
Okay, Zigadox.
Zigadox, that's it. Silvermania.
Kind of hard to read.
Mega 64 Podcast. I don't remember any of these other ones. Ugh. I hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate it! I hate it! I hate this shit. I hate it. I actually fucking... It pisses me off. Whatever.
Yeah.
As I just said, I was gonna not call people... Ugh. It's fucking terrible. So shit!
Were people threatening not to make my video thumbnails because I refer to this game as a reboot?
Okay, to be fair, that was me just fucking with Jake. I remember that pretty clearly. So I don't know if that was... like, that's the thing, it's kind of hard for me to tell if that was genuine shit-talking or me just fucking around. I don't know, because there was a point where I was, like, really just a fucking little faggot to that kid. Like, just being a douchebag. But, like, I'm still friends with Jake, and I never really... Not for too long, anyway. I never really went through any periods of not liking him.
Hey, look, Fiercey Coon.
Fiercey Coon? Or Fiercey Coon? That's what I want to know. Anyway, yeah.
This is going to be an honest, in-depth analysis.
That was, I think, One Whip?
Okay.
Who, like... I don't remember why. One Whip, he was a weird dude. But I don't remember. It's been, like, too long for me to actually remember anything that he's done. So, yeah.
So if I find anything badass or anything shitty, I'll be sure to call it out. Now, instead of starting off with the gameplay like I normally do, I'm going to start off with the other stuff first, because most of the ridicule
like the story? The epic story?
Wait, hold on.
Analysis. So if I find anything badass or anything shitty, I'll be sure to call it out. Now, instead of starting off with the gameplay like I normally do,
No?
Yeah.
No? You've started with the story in literally every other one of your fucking videos. Like, I don't remember a single time I've started with the gameplay and then gotten to the story. And starting with the gameplay insofar as this is a platformer, this is a racing game, this is a beat-em-up, that's like as far as I've gone to start with the gameplay. You know?
This game exists, and it's part of a genre that also exists in other games.
Anyway, let me break down the story in some stupid-ass detail that doesn't make any sense. Like, look, you can explain the story of the game, but you gotta make it funny. There's gotta be a point to that, you know? Like, if you've ever seen Pat's video that he did about Uncharted, he kind of does that where he explains the game, like the story kind of beat by beat. But he's making jokes the whole time, you know? There's like an actual reason to watch his video other than plot synopsis, you know? And he's giving analysis about parts of the game as he's doing that as well, which is kind of important, you know?
Yeah.
But I just explain the beginning of the story, I just cut it off there, and then I just start talking about the game, and most of the time I'm just explaining it, and the fucking criticisms don't make any goddamn sense about how Nitro Kart is a bad game because it looks good. It's so fucking dumb. Like, I hate this shit. Like, I don't like this, alright? But this is good, you know? I'm glad that I actually get to sit down and watch these videos again. You know, I'm glad that I get to get it out of my system. Because, you know, I had a very bad habit of just pretending that these videos didn't exist and just running away from it. But actually looking at it straight in the face, you know, and saying, like, yeah, this shit happened, it kind of enables me to, like, learn from it and move on. You know, like,
Yeah.
I kind of know better now than to, you know, put stupid-ass explanations of stories in videos, you know? But, like, this has kind of helped reinforce that in my mind, like, oh yeah, this is what you don't do when you're trying to review a video game. You know?
Yeah.
So, like, this has been still a very positive experience, but at the same time, I'm kind of, like, torturing myself by continuing to watch these, but I'm doing it for the fans, and I'm doing it for my enemies, too, because a lot of people are probably very happy to see me fucking torture myself like this, which is okay by me. You know? I probably deserve it. Especially for the Wrath video. That video is going to be hell for me to watch again, and that's, like, probably a good thing, you know? Because I kind of deserve it for making such a dogshit video. Anyway, let's keep going.
I'm gonna start off with the other stuff first, because most of the ridicule falls here. Crash of the Titans is what you'd call a reboot, something to kickstart a franchise. Really, Crash needed this. Crash's second generation was really missing a good game. Sure, we had Twinsanity, but I only consider that game average. The rest were pretty bad. As a result of this game being a reboot, Radical Entertainment decided to change the designs of the characters. This seems to be what irritates people most about this game. Now, the designs in this game don't bother me too much, although I will say that Radical did go a little overboard. Some of the newer designs look fine. Crash, Cortex, Engine, Coco, Nina, and Crunch all look enough like their old selves. Sure, Coco's got a melon head, and sure, Engine is gray, but I don't think it's that big a deal.
Well, Engine was gray in
I will
tag
say
team.
that they
Though.
went overboard.
What?
Engine was gray in tag team racing.
I'm talking in Tag Team Your Sister, yeah. No, I'm talking in general, I think, just about the character designs.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually interested to hear what I said about this game, because I still like this game a lot, even though it's kind of weird. Like, it's definitely not perfect, you know?
Yeah.
Like, different is not always good, you know? But, like,
Yeah.
I do kind of like this game. Man, this
I like mine.
sorry to cut you off. I just gotta say, this footage is fucking shit, and I'm pretty sure I recorded this. It's fucking, like, why does it look like this?
On the designs of the masks and Tiny. I actually kind of like these designs, but they look nothing like their old selves. Characters' personalities...
Aku Aku's not that far.
Yeah, Aku
off.
Aku's not too bad. Uka Uka just doesn't exist. Like, he's just a different character.
Yeah.
as well. Crash still speaks in his annoying blabbery voice from Tag Team, but it doesn't bother me as much. Crash doesn't seem as obnoxious as he was before. Coco still has her love for science, and Crunch is still a bad parody of Mutants.
He probably lent this footage to me. He's got that H-Dizzle footage.
Pat Strikes Back, there it is.
Thank you, Patrick. Yeah.
T. Tiny Tiger has also been turned into a parody, but this time of Mike Tyson. I did find this a tad bit annoying, but he only appears for such a small fraction of the game, so no major harm done. Engine is still annoying like in Tag Team, though. He does have some good dialogue this time around, but most of the time he's just telling awkward jokes. However, this game features some very good voice acting. We still have Lex Lang, Debbie Derryberry, and Nolan North, but we also have some new voices as well. We have Aku Aku voiced by Greg Eagles, and John DiMaggio as Uka Uka.
Oh, yeah.
While I'm mostly indifferent to Greg Eagles' performance, I can say that I love John DiMaggio's performance in this game.
I do.
His delivery
pretty
is
good.
so great
The
that...
opposite.
Really? Okay. I think he sounds
I
good
like
in this
Greg
game.
Eagles a lot more. I don't really like Uka Uka. Because he's too jokey.
What do you think of how he sounds in Insane? Because it's the same voice actors. Granted, they put like effects on his voice and stuff, but I think he sounds fucking great in that game. And you can tell that it's him. You can tell it's not Clancy Brown or whatever other guy. You know, you can tell it's him. You can tell it's the guy that did this voice. You know?
Man, it sucks that fucking Reignited Trilogy could get back like Tom Kenny and Stuart Copeland and all those people back, but fucking Crash Insane Trilogy couldn't get Clancy Brown back.
Yeah. DX. They got fucking Greg Berger. Like, what the fuck? Like, does Greg Berger even exist on this planet?
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Dude, half of your name is literally something you eat. Who the fuck? Okay, let's keep going.
He made jokes that I normally wouldn't find funny. Also, remember how I said Lex Lang had my favorite line read in a Crash game?
I've ruined the lives of so many. I can't be expected to remember them all.
John DiMaggio has my second favorite.
Stay behind and kill Crash.
Oh yes, I will kill Crash Bandicoot. Kill him forever.
So I like
The
that.
characters change.
Kill him forever. That's pretty good. Because it's supposed to be really fucking stupid. It's like, this game was kind of funny. Mutants is fucking weird, and that game is really weird and excessive. Where it's like,
I like Mutants.
Mutants fucking...
It's like it's so over the top that I just fucking go with it.
Fucking Uka Uka calls him a fucking short bus student. It's like he actually does. He calls Crash and Cortex short bus students at one point. He calls them retarded. I like that. That's good. But like the rest of it is just like, I don't know about Mutants. I do like Embryo, where he says...
sick anime ending?
I do like Embryo, how he says, my name sounds like fetus. That's a good line.
Yeah.
You know?
In design is odd, and I don't think that certain characters made the jump particularly well. However, what you have to realize is that if the rest of the game holds up, this is at most a minor flaw. Does the rest of the game hold up?
Hey, the Who? Who?
Epic.
The story is, Crash and friends are relaxing in their new home on Wumpa Island. Suddenly, Cortex shows up.
Ha ha! I'm back, babies! Surrender to Cortex!
Mika, sucker.
Hey, genius. I can't actually hear
Why am I
you.
showing this?
I'm really far away.
I don't
I'm
know.
flying like a hovercraft or something.
Cortex captures Aku Aku and Coco
Flying like a
and takes them
hovercraft
aboard
or
his
something.
blimp. Crash manages to rescue Aku Aku, but Cortex
Oh, yeah, thank you for explaining this to me, fag.
escapes with Coco. Crash and Aku Aku continue to move through the forest until they reach the temple. The temple is the source
Wow,
of...
that happens? I thought that they would give up and never find her again. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what this story is? You know what this story fucking reminds me of?
What?
which Cortex and Uka Uka use to control an army of creatures known only as the Titans. Here they find that Cortex is creating a machine known as the Doominator, which will destroy Wumpa Island and take over the world. Cortex attempts to use the Titans to defeat
I'm so
Crash,
bored!
but fails after Crash gains the ability to control the Titans. Cortex and Uka Uka retreat back to their base.
Yes, thank
but
you.
Uka Uka
And
is
then
not
they rape
satisfied with
Coco.
Cortex's failure.
Yeah.
Cortex is then cast out and is replaced by his niece, Nina Cortex.
That redesign is
Nina
gross.
continues work on the Doominator,
Yeah,
and now
I
it's
really
up to
don't like
Crash and
Nina.
Aku Aku to stop her. Throughout the game, your goal will be to move from point A to point B in the level. You control Crash as he has to fight off enemies. You
Here
have
we
a
go,
number of new
gameplay.
moves. Instead of spinning, Crash's main move is punching. However, Crash still has his spin move. Crash can also use Aku Aku as a surfboard to
Crash!
cover larger portions of
Crash!
specific levels, and he can also hold down the triangle button to do a stronger attack that can break enemy blocks.
Thank you for not
in
showing
these
any of
levels,
this.
you come across new collectibles, one called Mojo. By collecting Mojo, you can upgrade your attacks, increase your total health, or increase the time you can spin. You will need to get these upgrades. Why? Because in this game, your
It's
characters
really
have
weird that
control.
instead of making a Crash Bandicoot game, they made an Austin Powers game here.
Shut up.
Like, you collect all the Mojo and fuck women.
That's too fucking obvious a joke. It's not funny.
The Titans, which are also the highlight of this game. This game features a wide array of enemies known as Titans. You have to attack them as Crash, and when you damage them enough, they become vulnerable.
Thank
After
you.
which-
Every fucking every time you end a sentence, like every word you end a sentence on, you like put emphasis on it. You're like, the most interesting thing in this game are Titans. You have to take control of them with Crash.
They become more
Like,
vulnerable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Control the Titan and use it to power through enemies. Each Titan has a base
It's slight, but you're right. It does do
Well,
that.
it wasn't that bad on enemies there, but if you like went back like 5 seconds ago when you're explaining, yeah, just like go
This
here,
game,
listen
your
to like
task
the end
is
of
having
one.
to control the Titans, which are also the highlight of this game. This game features a wide array of enemies known as Titans. You have to
Titans.
No, there's
Yes.
Titans. Yeah, again, it keeps going.
I think that's supposed to be emphasized, but yeah, like I'm kind of saying Titans. You know, like that's kind of that's what they're called.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. I don't know, but yeah, I probably wouldn't.
Well, you do it with a regular word that isn't like Titans or Crash. You'll see in
Yeah.
a second.
attack
Just
them as
listen
Crash, and when you damage them enough, they become vulnerable.
Yeah, vulnerable. It's like I know what you mean.
After which, you can control the Titan and use it to power through enemies. Each Titan has a base attack, a charge attack, and a special move. Each Titan special is unique. Your special attacks are usually very
Unique.
powerful and can even kill the largest enemies in one hit. Of course, this is done at a price. You have a special meter. You can only use your special when the meter is full. It's good though,
Just
as
like
it
in
makes the
real
game
life.
feel very balanced. This game is unique because it has two senses of progression. one that's gradual, and one that's much more rapid. You gradually progress by collecting mojo and making Crash more suited to take on the Titans. This game also rapidly progresses with the amount of Titans to control. On one hand, the game can feel like this.
Cute music.
Nice song.
See, I like the music choices. Like, that's something I'll stand by. Like, I think that shit's pretty cute.
But on the other, it can feel like this.
Oh boy. Trying to do the fucking super because I keep getting swarmed and then I'm gonna go. Fucking.
Oh, epic.
This
That's fucking deadlocked. That game has some good music.
It's a very good drive to get through the game, as the game is constantly throwing new things at you. Now, this game does have its fair share of flaws. Titans is more accustomed to the likes of...
Dude, I love the fuck you foot power up that they give you in the game.
Bitch, yeah, you get to stomp on their balls. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Rather than a platform.
When you crush their balls.
However, there are tons of platforming segments in this game, and on these segments you can take your Titans with you, as your Titans can't jump. Platforming segments feel left over from older Crash games. I would rather that this game either allow your Titans to platform with you, or just to remove the major platforming segments altogether. Also, this game likes to spam enemies sometimes. This game doesn't spam enemies nearly as much as people say it does, but there are some cases where the game can drone on a bit. However, there were very few times where this really annoyed me, and I wouldn't call it a major issue. Some of the Titans don't feel very balanced either. Some Titans feel very weak, like the Stench. The Stench is literally nothing more than a downgrade of the Snipe. Meanwhile, other Titans like the Sludge feel OP as fuck. Against other Titans, they're a reasonable challenge, but against Crash, good god do these guys get annoying. Instead of blocking, they dip into the ground, and Crash has no means of attacking them while they're like this. The game does attempt to correct this problem by giving you free jack masks. Free jack masks allow you to stun a Titan in one blow. However, the mask is limited, so if you grab one and can't land a hit on a Sludge in time, you're fucked. To take one of these guys down, you'll need to dodge their attacks and time your moves very carefully. Or just get a friend to help you. Yes, for the first time since Bash, this game features co-op, and
I do like the co-op in this game a lot. I think it's pretty good.
I think it's better in Mind Over My Mum, because you play as Coco and not White Crash.
White Crash?
What a weird fucking character, yeah.
What about Black Crash, though?
Yeah, why isn't there a Black Crash?
I don't know, I think it's fine. It's like they have the same character model. It's balanced. Who cares? I don't give a shit.
Radical Entertainment confirmed white supremacists.
Exactly.
White Crash, why not Black Crash?
Why not Carlos Mazza Crash? Brown Crash.
The co-op to you quickly. It's just so fucking awesome.
Oh, there's that meme. I thought apparently I think I thought that was funny. It's not. Whatever.
Areas of the level are difficult for two players to control at once, you can have your friend jump into your backpack, and you can escort them through the level. The co-op also definitely helps when going against groups of Titans. This game is also surprisingly long. In fact, it's a good 6 to 7 hours. Putting that aside though, it's got a lot of replay value. You can revisit old levels and try to increase your rank. You get a rank—
That's something I love in this game, by the way. Can I just say the backpack mechanic? That shit is really good. You know, like you saw there,
it's really good.
Yeah, like some fucking some platforming shit is fucking nightmarish and annoying. So instead, they just they just go along with you. It's fucking great, you know. And it's not some weird shit where they like go in a bubble, you know, and fucking float around you, and you gotta pop them. It's like no, they go in your backpack. It's fucking great. It's like more games should really use that. Like more games should definitely do that. You know.
Yeah.
Like the
depending
backpack
on how
mechanic.
good you did in
I like
the
it a
level.
lot.
In each level, there are 3 side tasks that you can tackle.
Don't really need to explain this shit. It's just like, oh, you know, there are extra missions and stuff in each level which add to the replay value. You know?
There's Minion Master, in which you have to defeat a certain number of enemies, or Combo King, in which you have to build up a combo. You can also try to find the 3 hidden spy bots in each level. If you complete a level and pull off all of these tasks at the same time, you receive a gold ranking. If you only get 2, you get a silver, and only 1, a bronze. You can also collect costumes. Every time you control a Titan, it is counted. When you control—
I do like the costumes, but didn't need to explain this. Okay, you know?
Oh.
Different collectibles you could find in the level, costumes based on each Titan, you know, and like different rankings you get for each level, you know, all of that adds to the replay value. That's what I'd say, you know, just put it all together and just say it quickly, because you don't need to fucking explain it. People will play the game and find it out for themselves, you know? And also, people have most likely already played the game, you know, when they're watching these videos. Yeah, let's continue.
Titan a certain number of times, you get a costume for that Titan. When you wear a specific Titan's costume, you can stun that Titan in 1 hit. I loved playing this game just to get all the costumes and gold ranks. The game also looks
Old
and
Branks.
sounds great. The models are all detailed and the
Oh yeah, this game is also definitely the most polished Crash game of the PS2 era. You know what? Okay, guess what? And the thing is, it's been a while since I've played this game, and I know it's definitely not perfect, but controversial opinion right here. This is, in my opinion, the best post-Naughty Dog Crash game. That's my opinion. I like it a lot. I think it's pretty great. You know?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of... Yeah, probably.
Like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's real good.
I mean, well, not this one, though. For me, it's Mind Over Your Mum. Got him.
Why? That one's weird. I don't like the backtracking in that game.
I don't know. I like it a lot more than like a lot of the shit in Titans.
I don't like Mutants. We should probably talk about that now because unfortunately there's no Mutants review. You know, as of this video, nobody's found it yet. It's pretty much lost, I think. Unless somebody has a copy lying around, because I don't. You know. But I can just say, I remember saying, you know, oh, it's not as good as Titans. Like, so there's the review. I probably explained a bunch of fucking content that I didn't need to explain. I probably went into a bunch of stupid-ass detail, and there's probably some unfunny jokes in there. That's all you need to know. And some cringy line reads. There you go. Okay? Yeah. So, there. Anyone looking for the Mutant review, there it is. I just gave it to you, you know? But, yeah. Anyway, what were you going to say?
I can't play Titans because you can't jump on the Titan.
It's fine, though. Like, the thing is, they typically isolate, you know, those segments.
I know. It's, like, designed around it. I understand that. But I really don't like games where I feel like I should be able to jump, but I can't. Even in games where there's no reason you would ever need to jump, jumping just feels good. And when you take that away, it feels like you're taking away, like, a core fucking thing that people understand in video games. At least that's how I feel.
I don't know. I really don't think it's a big deal at all. Like, it's fine for me to play a game where I can't jump. Like, I don't think that's a big deal.
I mean, unless the game is explicitly designed around it. Like for
this
example,
one?
No, because there's jumping and the platforming and shit.
Okay, fine, but you can't platform on the Titan. I just don't get it. Like, they don't expect you to platform while you have the Titans. I just don't get it.
Yes, but I like jumping.
This is the stupidest complaint I've ever heard. It's like, I like to jump! I like to press buttons and go in air!
Hopefully, other people in the comments are gonna fucking agree with me.
Fine.
If you don't have jumping in a game where there's usually jumping, it feels wrong. At least that's how I feel. And I know that's how a lot of other people feel.
I feel like this is just the most asinine thing I've ever heard. Like, I really...
Because there's...
Like, look, is it,
there's,
you know...
There's jumping in the whole fucking game except when you're on Titans.
I sneezed.
And it just feels like you fucking robbed me from that. And that's why they put jumping in the next one, because they probably realized, hey, it feels fucking weird to not be able to jump on these things.
They added jumping, and then they added a bunch of shit content that I never want to fucking touch. Like, a bunch of stupid-ass backtracking. Like, is it really because I can't press button and go in air when I'm on a Titan? That's, like, the worst thing about it? It's like, I just can't imagine, oh, I would rather play this fucking garbage game with these stupid-ass unfunny cutscenes. These stupid unfunny cutscenes and the fucking long-as-fuck backtracking, and just mediocre shit in that game. Like, I can't imagine all of that is just better than Titans because I can't jump. Like, I can press button and go in the air, and that's why I like this game more. It's like, I don't get it. And also, maybe I'm just wrong, but I feel like not all Titans in Mutants can jump.
Hashtag not all Titans.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure not all of them can jump. You know?
I think they can.
I don't think so.
Memory.
Like, people in the comments are going to have to let us know because I don't remember this.
Yeah. Because I think they got rid of, like, the Scorpion one and shit, right?
No, the Scorporilla's in that one. The Scorporilla, the Rollerball one? Whatever his name is.
The Roly-Poly Boy.
The Roly-Poly Boy.
That shit was fucking fun. I like that whole fucking desert area. I don't know. The backtracking doesn't bother me too much in that game. I thought the cutscenes, some of them are really fucking
not
too
funny.
Far and, like, really out there, yeah. But I really like a lot of them, and I fucking love Embryo in that game.
He's good.
I love that they have Coco and Crunch as bosses. Like, they kind of brought that from the GBA games, which is a really cool concept. I feel like they don't do that shit enough. It's cool.
Yeah, but I don't like that you don't ever see Embryo outside of a cutscene.
I don't know. I don't really think he's needed.
I think it would have been cool to see him standing beside the characters. I think it would have been cool to, like, you know, see his model. You know, because he has a model in the game, but you can't fucking see it because it's during the Crunch fight and it's, like, in the background. You know?
Yeah.
And it's, like, a good model because I've seen it, but it's like, I would have liked to see that in the game, you know?
I like how he just fucks off halfway through the game, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he literally, you beat Crunch, And then he does the fucking stereotypical thing where he gets the little stick and like all the shit in the bag, and they put it over their shoulder.
Yeah.
And then he goes like putting his fucking, he's like hitchhiking, spinning something out. He just fucks off. He just leaves. It's great. I like Mind Over Mutants.
I don't. I think it's kind of shit. And I just can't imagine
Anyway,
that's the worst thing about Titans is that you just can't jump. It's like, people.
And there are other things I don't like in Titans.
Like what? Because we should talk about that because we're not ever going to talk about the Mutants review because we can't find it. So
yeah,
we should talk about that now.
I mean, I don't like the grindy fucking combat in Titans. I feel like it was made quite a bit better in Mutant, at least from my memory. I haven't played either of these games in like years, but I do remember liking Mind Over Mutant a whole lot more than Titans. I never thought the backtracking was too big a deal.
I hate it. Like there are times that you just backtrack like a ton of the game. A ton of the game is just spent going back.
I think there's
and it's shit.
I think the one I really don't like that I'm thinking of is when you have to backtrack to fucking Ice World, whatever the fuck that place is.
You go there like 3 fucking times. It's not just one instance of backtracking. You cover that path like a ton of times. People in the comments are going to have to know because, like, you know, there's bound to be people out there that are much more knowledgeable on these games than we are because I have not played these games in a while. I would like to play them again, though, for, like, a stream or something, but it's been too long, cool. You know? But, yeah, like, I don't know, I'm really not into Mutants. And I can't just, it's just the weirdest thing, like, oh, I can't jump on the Titans, that's, like, the worst thing about this game. That's just, like, what the fuck kind of criticism is that? That's, like, I just don't get it. That just seems...
valid one. Other people will... hopefully understand what I'm saying.
I think people are going to side with me, the smart one, and they're going to say you're dumb. And
yeah, people are going to side with you because you're the fucking big epic. You're the STIMPYLAND.
Yep, the big epic gamer. Yeah,
the big epic gamer.
that's
nobody.
just the weirdest criticism I've ever heard. Whatever. We're wrapped around an axle now. Let's wrap this up.
The environments look vibrant. As for the
oh yeah, I was going to say this game looks great for a PS2 game. It's definitely the most polished Crash game. I farted. But yeah, you know?
Yeah, I would say Mutant is, but that's okay, yeah.
No, it's not! This game looks better! Because this game has actual cutscenes, unlike Mutants, where it's all just different art styles, and it's just...
Yeah, it's fucking cool, it's cute!
There's no consistency! It's just like...
That's the fucking point, though!
I don't think it's funny, I think it's just, like, annoying. It's like, okay, cool, you know, I don't get time to actually learn about any of these characters, because there's just a bunch of unfunny gimmicks, like, oh, they're fucking puppets now! I just don't get it. You know, it's just, I just don't like it. I really prefer Titans where it's like, it's all the same style, you know?
Well,
the game is just, Mutants is just too noisy. There's too much stuff going on, you know? It's so dense. Every single image has so much going on. You know? That's how you sound. You sound like fucking George Lucas.
Okay, well, yep, your opinion is correct.
Yep, that's right.
Soundtrack.
That's the correct answer.
Barrel composing now. This game has an awesome soundtrack, which is apparently copyrighted. As much as I want you to hear this game's soundtrack, I also don't want to get a copyright strike on this channel, so no Titans music today.
Copy strike?
Crash of the Titans has received...
That's weird, because that hasn't stopped me before. I use Gautier music, which I'm pretty clearly copyrighted.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just weird. I feel like I probably just wanted to make a point about that it is copyrighted, but it's just kind of a weird thing to do. That or I just... The more likely scenario, let me be honest, is I couldn't fucking, like, you know... I couldn't fucking find, you know, like, a download of the soundtrack, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I just made up that excuse. I just said, oh, sorry, can't find it. Ha, better luck next time. You know, like... I don't know, that's just weird. Because I use a bunch of Mutants music, and that is also apparently copyrighted. You know?
Yeah.
And if I made a joke out of it, like, oh, you know, don't want to get sued by 10 billion people, you know, like, I said something like that, that'd be funny. You know, it's like, okay, just brush it off. But no, it's fucking, that just doesn't make any sense. Whatever. There's too much stuff that doesn't make sense for us to fucking nitpick every single thing. We just have to burn through some of this.
Received endless amounts of hate from fans, mainly for how outrageously different it is. However, if you look past that, then you've got a very clever game beneath. Sure, it does have its fair share of flaws, but it's got some incredibly engaging and unique gameplay. Hopefully I've convinced you that this game is worth trying out. And if not, then there's not much more for me to say aside from
Crash still spins around, so shut the fuck up.
I have no idea what the fuck that's from.
Really
I like that.
I like that a lot. Crash still spins around. Oh, that guy's voice.
Yeah, and the text.
Not much more for me to say aside from
Crash still spins around, so shut the fuck up.
Man, that was a great
Nice.
movie. Up! I just realized what that was. Up. That was a great movie.
Up the movie.
Up was a good movie. That was funny. That was like the only funny joke out of all these videos. Jesus.
It's not much
Yeah,
more for me
except
to say
for when
aside
you
from-
pooed your pants.
Yeah. Crash,
You couldn't
steal,
speak
spin,
properly.
surround.
Around, so shut the fuck
I like that. That's pretty good.
Clash of the Titans is a good game.
Holy shit! What was that fucking shoulder fucking slam?
Fucking dope. Look at that
Anyway.
shit. That's what I'm
Holy
talking about.
shit!
This game's fucking cool. Fuck you.
Tune in next time to see
I think that
Titans
shit
get a
is
direct
probably in
sequel.
fucking Mutant as well, because I know that those fire turtles are in Titans. I mean, in Mutants. Mutants,
Well,
whatever the fuck.
anyway, tune in next time to see Titans get a direct sequel as I review Mind Over Mutant.
Except you don't.
Yep.
Crash of the Titans, reviewed by the STIMPYLAND.
Let's see it.
Edited in Sunny Vegas.
Yeah. Hey, good music in Mind Over Mutant, by the way. That's something I will say.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I will say Mind Over Mutant, better music in that game than in Titans.
And you can store mutants! It's so you. Mutants is fucking great.
What?
You can store mutants. You fucking store them, and then you can pull them out
Yeah, I
whenever you
know.
want. And you can swap between two. That's fucking awesome.
I know, because
much
there's
better
like
than
this
Titans.
fucking stupid open world shit that they do, and it all does is...
Oh, it's not
Well, all that fucking
bad.
means is you just backtrack, except when the game randomly decides to teleport you around. It's fucking dumb. It's so
Yes,
stupid.
It's fucking.
It's just
Little
it's just
gay.
fucking like I don't know. People complain about Titans how it's like kind of grindy and there's a lot of just sort
I
of.
don't complain
No,
about.
I know.
Titans,
I'm like look. There's just people talk about how Titans. A lot of it is very sort of like samey. Like a lot of it's just repetitive. That's what I'm trying to say. But Mutants is the most repetitive game on planet Earth. It's like fucking so much backtracking and shit that I just hate doing. And just long empty corridors. I don't like it. Game's whack as fuck.
Plus, I also really don't like the mini games in Titans.
Yeah, they're kind of wacky. But I don't remember Mutants having anything. I don't really care. Who gives a shit? What? Ending meme, please? No. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, anyway. That's it for the Crash reviews.
Fucking
So-
cool. No.
What?
Wrath, unfortunately.
But I mean the original. This is going to be really weird in the next episode because in the next episode, this was made quite a few months later. And it's the Spyro one. And in that one, I'm using a blue snowball. So that's going to be really weird to hear. Because I'm still using a blue snowball. It's the same microphone. Not the literal same microphone, like the same exact, one that I used back then. But it's the same kind of model, And it's going to be really weird to compare those, Anyway, before we go, let's get to some questions.
Question time.
Question time. Gonna get to the questions. All right.
The quests.
So, I answered these on the lost episode. Actually, hold on, folks. We're gonna teleport away really quick as I find, see if I have more questions.
Yeah, you check the CNK and Twinsanity live stream we did with Pat.
I'm gonna do that now. Yeah.
Someone said take a shot every time Liam says yeah. Look, I'm sorry. The thing is, I'm gonna fucking address this. Looking this shit up. Michael fucking says shit sometimes when he just starts talking about a point, and you constantly talk about it over and over again.
Yes, I repeat myself a
explain
lot.
more
I know.
ways. Yeah. So that's why I say yeah so much, because I'm like, yeah, I get it. Yep, I understand. Like, you've already convinced me, like, I already understand what you're saying.
What you're trying to say is
Yeah,
get to the next point.
Yeah, I would if yeah, it's just an easy way of fucking just being like, yes, I get it. If I was an asshole, I would tell Michael, shut the fuck up. I already know what you're talking about. Move on to what the next thing. But yes, I do say yeah a lot, I guess.
Hold on, okay.
LOL.
All right, folks. So, got quite a few questions. Some of these were answered in the failed recording of because for those unaware, the Crash Nitric Art and Twinsanity live stream was a live stream because we had finished most of that
Because
episode
Michael's
and
dumb.
then I forgot to press start recording. But after we had finished basically the whole thing. So that's why I just decided, let's live stream it, let's engage with the chat a bit, that's why I tried to shake things up for that one. But we're back to the old formula with these. Anyway, so some of these questions were already answered before, but I'm gonna answer them again, because none of you have actually heard the questions being answered, because I was dumb, I'm a boomer, I forgot to record. Anyway, Obscene Globella asks, when you were gone, everyone always asked, where is Stimpy? But no one ever asked, how Stimpy? So answer me this, Mickle, how are you? I'm doing okay. I think you watch this past video, you might get the impression that I'm fucking miserable. I'm not. I'm just torturing myself by watching this garbage content. I'm actually much better. It's because I'm much better that I'm able to go back and enjoy, watch these videos again, And I gotta say, watching these videos is a very sort of positive experience, Because, little nugget of psychology knowledge for y'all. I heard somewhere, this sounds smart, so I'm gonna hope that it's true. Say some sort of tragedy or some sort of trauma or something like that befalls you, Obviously, I'm not saying that the STIMPYLAND was traumatic, because it wasn't, But some kind of major bummer takes place in your life, For example, for a lot of guys, it tends to be, getting rejected by a girl you really like, When that happens, you're gonna be upset, and you're gonna be upset for quite some time. That's not going to go away. Well, no, it's not going to go away for some time. Like, there's going to be a good period of time where you're just kind of really upset about that. But eventually, you should get over it. If it's been about a year later, and that's still all you can think about, that means there's a problem. That means there's causal links in the story that you haven't identified yet. There's reasons why the things that happened took place, and you haven't figured out what happened, Well, you know what happened, but you didn't know why it happened, And the way that you kind of get past that is, you have to kind of really just go back in your mind, and you got to find that moment, and you got to delve, and you got to really dig into that. You really got to think hard about, okay, what happened? Like, when I met this girl, why did this happen? Why did she feel this way? You have to kind of figure that stuff out, The best way to do it is in writing, And it's kind of a hard thing to do. That kind of introspective thought is a difficult thing to do. In this case, it's a bit different, I happen to be very lucky that I just have a ton of information at my disposal, Like, I have video footage of the rejection taking place right here, I have the whole fucking thing. I have so much content that I just get to look through, and I get to, pick apart every single word I said back then, And I really started to understand, like, here's why I was having sort of these problems, or I'm just kind of seeing, oh, this is why, this is what was going through my head that time, This is what led me to act this way, Because during this period of time, I was kind of like a real piece of shit to some of my, good friends, And I thought, like, why was I like that, Like, I just couldn't wrap my head around it, It was something that just bothered me for a while, and I've been looking at these videos and analyzing my behavior the way I was back then, And I kind of got to put it together, like, oh, this is like, this is what happened, I kind of realized, oh, I thought my opinion had, like, this objective standard to it, I thought I was just a dick, that was, like, all the explanation I had. But now I kind of realize, oh, I was acting this way because, I'm kind of repeating myself now, but you get the idea, so...
You said, like, fucking 10 times.
I do that a lot.
In the past 30 seconds.
I do that a lot. You know? Of course you do.
Very funny. But no, I think there's a lot of value in having these videos up.
And actually talking about them, because I said it a little earlier, but actually having the videos around, I like to say that a lot, I'm from the, it's either or it's like, of course yes yeah. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Having the videos around, the fact that I can look at them, and I can say, like, alright, this shit happened, it allows me to sort of move past it, Because I had this very bad habit of trying to sort of run away and pretend that these reviews don't exist, And I feel like it's just gonna follow me around, it's just gonna haunt me. But actually looking at it straight in the face and saying, yeah, this is a thing that happened, I could get over it now, we can move on, we could grow the fuck up, that makes you feel, happy, it's good, I get to actually address the shit. Anyway. So yeah,
very good.
That was a much longer answer than what I initially gave. Initially, I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm all right. Next question. So yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Hopefully you learned something. Anyway, Zigadox asks, have you thought of starting a playthrough of a children's game? Quite a few times I have. Thank you for the very insightful question, John. Anyway, El Chapo asks 3 questions. First, not sure, he didn't put a question mark at the end. But He said, question, surely review Nitro Fueled for the throwback. And, in terms of making a review kind of like, you know, the STIMPYLAND shit, I don't think I'll be doing that. At least not for some time. It'll be a while before my review comes out if I decide to make one. Just because I have, like, my own shit going on, you know? There are some great reviewers out there that probably will, you know, jump straight into that game as soon as it comes out. I know Square Eye Jack is planning a review, and I've been just nothing but impressed with his content so far. At least the most recent stuff, which is all I've watched. But, you know, I would definitely recommend you check him out, and there are plenty of other people out there. That was question 1. Another question he asks is, are you an epiphenomenalist? I had to Google that to figure out what it was, and I still don't know, so I'm gonna just hope that it's, you know, a bad thing, and saying no means I'm good. And if that turns out that it's a good thing, then just pretend I said yes, okay? So, whatever makes you happy, that's the answer, okay? The question is, how are magnets real if our eyes aren't real? You know? Anyway.
It's mirrors. You fucked that up twice.
No, it's fucking funnier that way. Alright? Okay. It's big XD moment.
Because that's what Jaden Smith, he says, how are mirrors real if our eyes aren't real?
How are magnets real?
Magnets
how the fuck do they work?
Yeah, the magnets is, like fucking fire, earth, air, and dirt. Fucking magnets, how do they work?
I don't care. I like combining them, you know? It's transformative.
You know what else is transformative?
Transgenders? Nice. There you go. Anyway. Question, can you stop looking at my ass every time I walk past your house? It's kinda gay. Well, it's interesting that that's what he asked me, El Chapo, but, sorry to say, but you didn't write every time I walk past your house. You know, you didn't write P-A-S-T, you wrote P-A-S-S-E-D, you know? So, can you stop looking at my ass every time I walk, past your house? So I'm trying to figure out, like, what that means, you know?
He dies, he passes away next to your house.
Yeah. Okay, so, you passed next to my house, and you're dead. You know, like, you're dead, you passed away, because you said past your house, you know? At least that's what I'm trying, like, I don't really know, it doesn't really seem like proper English, so I'm trying my best to figure out what it was you meant to say, you know?
Uh-oh, you're starting to bully people again now, Michael.
So, shut the fuck up, listen.
The Stimpy bully line.
Fuck you, Mr. Anti-Bully, that's me. That's my account. No, fucking, every time I walk past your house, so like you're dead, I'm looking at, you know, your dead body on the ground, and I'm just sort of mortified, and, you know, maybe you died, you know, face down, ass up, you know? It's like, I'm not trying to look at your ass, it's a fucking terrible, gruesome thing, you know? That's just where my eyes have led me, you know? I'm sorry, you know? It's just a fucking, it's kind of a shocking, surprising thing. And then he says, it's kinda gay. It's like, you know, look, you're fucking calling me the bully. I'm on the defensive right now. I was just called kinda gay, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
excuse you.
It's, you know,
excuse
I think
you,
it's a little bit forgivable. It's a little bit forgivable to, you know, when someone passes out next to your house, you look at their ass maybe, but you didn't have to fuck the corpse, Michael. I think you took it a little bit too far.
Look, I'd rather not talk about that, to be honest. Let's just get to the next question. From BJ Raysign 21. Hey man, I just wanted to say I'm so happy I found you again. Your old reviews really helped me get through some tough times and always entertained me. I'm so glad you are back to making videos again. I just wanted to say I'm very sorry that I took these videos that you hold very near and dear and you cherish greatly, and I just told you how fucking terrible they are, so I'm sorry you had to endure that. But then he says, also, do you think you will do a Reignited Trilogy playthrough like you did for the Insane Trilogy? Thank you for everything. I don't know. I've been thinking about that, but I'm not sure. Because the Insane Trilogy one was really easy to play through, because it's like all the levels are sort of divided and they're really small, so I could record it, you know, just like a couple levels at a time, and you know, that was it. But like, Reignited is long, and it's big, so it's kind of big and long like penises, you know? Penises I love to suck. So, you know, fucking, it's just, it would be a lot harder to do. I don't know. It depends. I might want to make a video about Reignited.
If you want to see some sick speed tricks.
Yeah, check out fucking Liam's channel. But you know, fucking Reignited Trilogy, I don't know. I would like to, but at the same time I might want to do a video about it. I have no idea. Just watch B-Mask's video about Reignited, actually, because that's just a good video. Like, he's just right. Like, I agree with most of the things he says. And then he says, thank you for everything, you're welcome. You're welcome, BJ Raysign 21. Thank you very much. Anyway, next question from Sebbro MLG. I hope I read that correctly. Oh yeah, he asked some before, because he says, hey, I already asked some, but a few more, because why not? Number 1, first impressions regarding Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Number 2, you can only play one for the rest of your life. Which? CTR or Spyro 2? So that's interesting.
I already know the answer to that.
So number 1, first impressions regarding Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. I need to see more. I'm definitely surprised, to say the least, that the game is getting remade.
Kind of came out of nowhere.
Came out of fucking nowhere. Yeah. You know, we also got Destroy All Humans again. I haven't played that game, but Paul was telling me that it's like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I need to see more. I'm interested, but I need to actually see more before I can really say anything. You know, like, because
I will say though that the art style and the models do look pretty good.
Yeah, they look good. Like, you know, it doesn't look as bad as like Insane does, in my opinion. You know, which kind of just lacks an art style. Like, there's a clear like, or at least from what it looks like, from the very little we've seen of the game, there is an art direction. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I really need to see more before I can say anything. I don't really know. I'm interested. And surprised, to say the least. That's as much as I can say about Rehydrated. And then, you can only play one for the rest of your life, which, CTR or Spyro 2? I like Spyro 2 a lot. But, I've been speedrunning CTR for, like, quite a few years now. And I'm still playing that game, like, every other day. So, it's been entertaining me so far, I think I'll stick to CTR. But Spyro 2 is a great game. Liam, I know you're going to say the opposite, because you don't like kart racers.
Yes.
So
I'm not a big fan of kart racing. I would 100% rather play Spyro 2.
Yeah, I like CTR just because I like to race my own times, you know. And I'm always getting better at the game. I'm always learning and shit, you know. It's fun.
Is that because you're the Stimpy Trumpland? Like that's another, you know, racing, racist,
yeah,
similar
exactly.
words.
It's just like it. And then he says at the end, also, thanks for introducing me to one of my favorite songs of all time, Eyes Wide Open by Gautier. I heard it in the commentaries and it brought back lots of memories. Yes, that's a good song. I like it quite a bit. And the music video is really good. This weird little stop motion shit. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
I like the lyrics a lot. It means a lot, you know, when he's like, this is the end of my voring. You know,
yeah,
like,
he wants to vore people desperately. And he can't anymore, you know? And this is the end of my voring! Anyway. Last set of questions to be answered in this episode from Moment Mission Studios. Thanks for answering those questions. I really liked your answers as well. I believe I left one on the last video, so I'll continue. I'll ask 2 more for you. What game, overall in general, do you think really deserves the HD remaster treatment? That's a good question. I'm not sure.
I would have said SpongeBob.
Well, there you go. Yeah, that's the thing. That's one of the games I would have said.
I'd say Ratchet and Clank, but faithfully
Yeah,
done.
Ratchet and Clank, but well done. That's one thing I would say. Ratchet and Clank, but not dog shit like the reboot. But also, Croc. Because
yeah,
that game has got tons of potential, but there's a few areas where that game just feels really weird. You know?
I think the worst part about those games is the tank control.
It's weird because they're not even tank controls. They're like pseudo-tank controls. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Because what happens is the camera is forced to your back, basically. So when you turn left and right, you know, it's like you move forward, but then, you know, you also move in that direction. It's really weird. I don't know how to really describe it. It's strange. But, I feel like if they, you know, just updated it with a modern control scheme, you know, kept the music, because I love the music in those games, you know, and had like a decent art style, that game would probably be much easier to make than something like Reignited, you know, because Reignited had fantastic art direction, but there's kind of like bugs and problems with, you know, the later games. You know, Spyro 1 is mostly fine. But like Spyro 2 and 3 I know have some glitches. But, you know, I feel like that game, if they remade Croc, it would come out and be just way more complete, you know? Because that game is much smaller by comparison. And there's a lot of stuff I like in Croc, but there's just a few of like the weird little quirks in the engine just kind of prevent me from really enjoying it. So I would like to see Croc again. What do you think would have been the best canceled Crash game to be released? That's a good question, because there were quite a few canceled Crash games, and I'm sorry because I don't know too much about them. But I
think there was a couple kart races that got cancelled. Obviously,
I was gonna say
technically I'd count what Crash Insanity, fuck's sake, what Crash Twinsanity was going to be.
Oh yeah, Crash Twinsanity
one.
was supposed to be way bigger. There's supposed to be a lot more content in that game. You know, that game is pitifully short. There was supposed to be a lot more content in that game, so I think...
So I think I'd count that as a separate...
Yeah, so while the game wasn't canceled, I feel like there's tons of removed content or unfinished stuff that didn't get to be put in the game. So I think that would have been good to see. In that case, I actually say Crash Twinsanity might be nice to see a remake of. Just because they would have the chance to add way more content, or just, you know, some sort of remaster, you know, like, I don't know how to describe it, fucking, you know, just adding more content to that game, because it's so short. That game is...
That'd be a nice middle ground as well, because, you know that I prefer, I think a lot of people, and I'm pretty sure you prefer as well, if they just make a brand new game after CTR, like just make a new Crash game, don't make a remake of any of the others, because I know some people suggest, like, Wrath of Cortex,
or Bash or something.
Bash doesn't need to be remade. Bash is not like that. If that game was released today, nobody would play it.
It's kind of shit.
It's
it was like fun on the PS1. Let it stay where it was. Yeah.
And Wrath, like, I know that game was like really kind of, it looked pretty awful, and there's a lot of really
just make an insane DLC.
Vehicles.
Doesn't need to be its own game.
I don't think.
But yeah,
I don't think they need to make another Crash game. I think they should make a brand new one. Sorry, I think they should make their own game with their own levels and fucking bosses and all that shit.
But Twinsanity might be a nice middle ground,
yeah, if they did want to do something that was still in the realm of, you know, familiarity with fans, if they made Twinsanity but added in all of the uncut shit, because that's what they're doing with
Nitro Fueled.
What is it? Well, I wasn't gonna say that with the rehydrated SpongeBob.
Oh yeah.
Is they're adding in like the cut Squidward boss fight and other things that were cut from the game. Like that shit's really cool.
Oh yeah, that stuff has me very interested. The supposed cut content that's gonna be in rehydrated. But yeah. What do you think?
So yeah, that's what I'd say. I would say Twinsanity would be a really good middle ground.
I think yeah. So in terms of canceled Crash game, Twinsanity, I'd say.
Yeah.
Just because even though the game did come out, it came out in such an clearly unfinished, rushed state. Like if they just had more time to finish that game and like all the extra stuff like Gonabit, Coco, and all that stuff, you know, it would have been much better. So yeah.
There would have been an entire different, like an entire.
Would have been a different game, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been fucking. I would have like it would have been cool.
Yeah,
I think it could have been really cool.
You know,
there still would have been acapella, which
still would have been
a big
shit
fan
soundtrack, but you know,
but you know, it would have been a big good game. It would have been more interesting.
Yeah, I agree. So, I guess that Otherwise, aside from Twinsanity, you know, and this is
Crash Landed looks.
This is oh yeah. Oh, you know what? CTR 2010. Because that game looked really cool. You haven't seen it? It looks cool. Some gameplay was like.
Wait, is that the one that uses like the Crash Landed models?
Yes.
Okay, I think I have seen.
And Dingodile has a redesign that looks pretty cool.
Well, Dingodile's redesign is in Crash Landed.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah. Otherwise, like Crash Landed or something like that. You know. No, but I was gonna say probably just one of the kart racers, because I love kart racers, you know, and the Crash kart racers. Even Nitro Kart, which is like kind of whack, is like still a fun game, you know, in my opinion. So I would have liked to see more of that. But yeah.
What about Crash and the Curse of the Crystal Cock?
Crash's big dick, and he says, "Hope these intrigue you, and I hope to see these answered." Well, there you go. And there all you go. I answered all your questions, so.
Oh, that person! I thought you were still.
Yeah.
I thought you were still on the joke about fucking Crash's cock, because you're like, yeah, Crash's big dick, and then you say like in Crash's voice like, I hope you like to see these. Thank you for reading them. I was like, what?
Well, that's it for this video. I'm about done. Yeah. Nice. So thank you to everybody that asked questions. Keep the questions coming. I'll be sure to keep coming and coming and coming. Yeah, keep coming, and I'll be sure to lick up all the semen. So, until next time, folks, thank you.